Hello once again, it's Adrain Salbuchi from Argentina. As I speak, 2010 is ending and flowing into 2011. Dark storms continue to gather against we the people in every city, every state, every province, every country and region. The turmoil vortex, irresponsibly unleashed by the global power elite, is increasingly out of control, even out of their control, and it is sucking the world into a murky black hole maelstrom of chaos. Worst of all, they're doing this right before our eyes, on live television, on live radio, on the internet. They are intensifying the psychological warfare breaking into our minds and brains. In their world war of conquest, the global power elite are now readying themselves for a major assault on planet Earth. All the pieces are in varying states of readiness, all set to be fired in sequence against we the people the world over. So ready or not, they're coming. Last year at about this time, I prepared a YouTube video called 2010 Forecast, Transition from Globalization to World Government, which described what I believe are 12 very powerful dynamic triggers the global power elite are using to impose, gradually, world government upon us. Then in March, May, June and July, I prepared update videos. Today, as 2010 draws to a close, I'd like to revisit them with you to see where they stand, and more important, what the likely outcomes of all of this will be in 2011 and much further afield into dreadful 2012. But don't be misled. They, the global power elite, have not yet won, and we, the people, have not yet lost. There are huge opportunities for us to fight back. All is not lost. Yet. Let's go through those 12 triggers I spoke about a year ago. Firstly, financial meltdown. The global financial circus is on life support. Obama, Bernanke, Goldman Sachs, Citicorp, Bank of England, Bank of America, the European Union, the G20 have not and will not take one single step to help you and your national economies. All they do is help themselves and the bankers of the global power elite, the too big to fail banks, which is news speak for too big, too powerful to fail. Trillions upon trillions of toxic debt write-offs with taxpayer money, central bank money printing, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, milking dozens of national economies, quantitative easing 1, quantitative easing 2, trillions and trillions for banker bailouts. The global power elite are ready to collapse the US dollar and the euro, replacing both of them with a gold-backed world currency, a world dollar, I believe they will call it. In line with their Masonic symbols and style, they are even laughing at us all the time. Take a close look at the new $100 bill that they're putting into circulation. It's split right down the middle. The left side is all green, and they're putting all the goodbye to fiat money symbolism, whilst the right side has a lot of gold into it, gold symbolism. They're hailing hello to the coming gold-backed world currency. They will soon pull the plug on the whole circus at the right time for them. Red alert. Second, economic crisis. Through massive transfers of wealth, extremely destructive capitalism is collapsing national economies to rebuild them into an international-style slave labor gulag that Joe Stalin would have envied. Remember, today's woes lie not with the real world of national economies, which are mostly intact, but with the fake virtual world of finance, banks, derivatives, junk bonds, hedge funds and so forth. Upheld the whole lot through psychological warfare from CNN, Fox News, the New York Times, Spiegel magazine, The Guardian from London, El País from Madrid, La Nación and Clarín from Argentina, the Wall Street Journal, the Financial Times, The Economist. Red alert. 3. Social upheavals. We've seen it. The Greek meltdown. Ireland being told what to do by the International Monetary Fund, the United Kingdom with its riots, the Icelandic bank run, the unemployed in Spain, French government-sponsored xenophobia. Argentina is having violent land grabs, public land grabs by the very, very impoverished. We are all our countries blacklisted. Stay tuned. Red alert. Fourth, pandemics. Get ready for more flu surprises. Remember the bird flu and the swine flu? That will lead to mandatory vaccinations, and that's where they will slip radio frequency identification chips into our bodies. Fifth, global warming. What's coming? Carbon credits. This really opens the way to Stalin's dream. This whole thing is wonderfully explained by Irish analyst Richard K. Moore in his article Prognosis 2012 Towards a New World Social Order. It was published last February on Michel Chossudovsky's magnificent website Global Research. I'm putting below where you can find that. Yellow alert. Number 6, a terrorist false flag mega attack. Something huge is in the works. It will dwarf 9/11 in the States, and it will justify further global upheaval. A nuclear artifact over a US or European city, maybe even a Latin American city. Weapon of mass destruction it will have to be. Orange alert. Number 7, war in the Middle East. We never know what the Israeli wild card will lead to. Think about WikiLeaks. We'll talk about that in a second. Orange, even red alert. Number 8, an echo accident. Last year, when I prepared my video, I thought that it would be a nuclear Chernobyl-type accident that would lead to increasing global control. In a way, it was not quite a nuclear artifact. It ended up being the Deepwater Horizon catastrophe, about which I made a video last July. More to come of these type of things. Orange alert. Number 9, assassination of a major public figure to be blamed on a future enemy, Muslim, North Korean, Venezuelan, patriots movements. Someone maybe in Washington, D.C. is going to be assassinated, or in London, or in Rome. Will it be a president, prime minister, royalty, clergy? It's so easy to pull. Yellow alert. Number 10, attack on rogue states. WikiLeaks has been so functional to one sector of the global power elite, the Republican Zionist Project for a New American, Obama-Iran haters, that it's not surprising that we learned of the concern of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and others about the Iranian nuclear project that would justify a US-Israeli armed attack. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and the Project for a New American Century boys couldn't be happier, and they are. Not a word, however, about Afghanistan having again become the world's prime supplier of heroin after it was liberated from the Taliban by the United States, the United Kingdom, the CIA, the MI6, Mossad, and the drug enforcement agencies, because there is where the real narco-terrorist lies. Not a word also in WikiLeaks about the 9/11 and 7 July 2005 false flag attacks in New York, Washington, and London. Orange alert. Number 11, a staged religious event. I think this is further into the future. Other events will have to take place before, but it's on the drawing board. Number 12, a staged alien contact I mentioned. It's coming. At the end of September 2010, the United Nations actually went so far as to name an ambassador for interplanetary contacts, Malaysian astrophysicist Dr. Mazlan Othman. Orange alert. They're going to stage this. What do these crises, quote unquote, have in common? Global warming, pandemics, international terrorism, financial collapse, economic and trade depression, even alien contacts. They all justify the need for world government. It seems that all geopolitical roads and psychological warfare highways lead to world government in London and in Rome and in New York and in Washington and in Jerusalem. Why does the global power elite today have the upper hand? Because we're not doing enough. What does the global power elite most need? For you to be passive. They want you sitting in your living room, hopelessly zapping with your TV remote control, feeling utterly helpless, hopelessly frustrated, thoroughly useless. These are the preconditions to install a Stalin-style insectification of mankind. They socially are engineering this through a worldwide gulag that they are preparing for us. And they use it in what it can be described as gradualism. It's like the frog in water. If you throw a frog into boiling water, the frog will save itself because it will jump. It's so painful that the guy will jump. If you put that same frog and increase the temperature 1 degree every 5 minutes, the guy will get cooked and he won't even realize it. Gradualism. What do they most fear, however? Zbigniew Brzezinski, the ideologue of the Trilateral Commission, said it in May 2010 in a CFR, Council on Foreign Relations, meeting in Montreal. Quote, "For the first time in all of human history, mankind is politically awake and aware of major common problems and enemies." Ha! People becoming aware, understanding, and seeing. Yes! Your clear, lucid, and awakened mind is the global power elite's worst enemy. Let's turn that worst enemy into their worst nightmare. That's why this is a war for your mind, literally. We cannot fight back with weapons unless you find yourself individually cornered up against the wall in which you have to defend yourself physically, because they own the military. You cannot fight back with money. They own all the money in the banks. Even if you have some wealth, it's zilch compared to the money that the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Warburgs, Lazards, the British, Dutch, and Spanish crowns, Schiff, Bush, Soros, Buffett, Walton, Agnelli's, Bill Gates, the old nobility money of Europe and the Vatican. They have the power. You cannot fight back with politics playing by their rules. They own the political parties and they own the media. Our only choice is to become a vast underground, like the Christians in the catacombs of Rome 2,000 years ago, like Neo in the movie The Matrix. We must act as veritable mind gorillas against them. From down under, we can erode the very foundations of their vast and top-heavy system. Very complex it is. We can impose new rules so that we the people become proactive and they, the global power elite, go into reactive defensive mode. Sure, there's risk. What do you expect? Sure, there will be martyrs. Sure, this will all take blood, sweat, and tears. This is war, and in war there are always casualties. But first, all true soldiers must wake up. Talking about down under. Here in Argentina, we are spreading our Argentine Second Republic movement, which was born in our 2001 and 2002 crisis, when we, Argentina, were simply clobbered by the global power elite. What we said then was, first, understand how the world really works. Second, understand why they want you to think and act in a certain way, and they don't want you to think and act in a certain other way. And third, do exactly the opposite of what they want. You're sure to be on the right path. This led to the